Okay.
Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Everybody. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice. I invite you to rise in body and spirit.
Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
Open your hearts.
Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
Don't be afraid of some change.
Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
Enter, rejoice.
Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
I just want to celebrate. I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of life. I just want to.
I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of life.
Don't let it all get you down.
Don't let it all get you down, no, no. Don't let it turn you around. Don't let it all get you down, no, no. Don't let it turn you around. Don't let it all get you down, no, no. Don't let it turn you around. Don't let it all get you down, no, no. Don't let it turn you around. I just want to celebrate. I just want to celebrate. I just want to celebrate. Celebrate. I just want to celebrate. I just want to celebrate. I just want to celebrate. Celebrate. I just want to celebrate. I just want to celebrate. I just
another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of life. And to rejoice, and to rejoice and come in, and to rejoice and come in. Today will be a joyful day, and to rejoice and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Today will be a joyful day. Today will be a joyful day, and to rejoice and come in.
Mark David Buckles and the Mark David Buckles Band. Good morning. Good morning, friends. Welcome to Arlington Street Church, gathered in love and service for justice and peace. Happy Pride. On behalf of the congregation at Arlington Street, I want to say a very special welcome to all our guests today, both in person and for the first time in the history of Pride on Zoom. We're so glad you're here. Thank you, friends, for coming out. We would love to stay in touch with you. For those of you who are in the sanctuary, there are welcome cards in the pew racks. Please hand yours to an usher or drop it in the basket at the great doors as you leave. And for those of you in the Zoom room, please fill out a connection card. Kemi is dropping that link into the chat. Right up front, let me be sure to welcome Reverend Beth Dana and the Coming of Age group from Dallas, Texas. Wow. You are here on the right day, my friends. And what a joy for me, as always, to welcome my beloved and esteemed colleagues in the ministry and other religious leaders. I'm going to just have them come up and tell you who they are. Please join me in welcoming
Reverend Beth Robbins, Arlington Street Church.
Reverend Liz Weber, Concord, Massachusetts, and back home here at Arlington Street.
Reverend Fred Small, Arlington Street Church.
Reverend Heather Genulis, serving Winchester Unitarian Society and ordained here at Arlington Street Church.
Reverend Mark Caggiano, First Church in Chestnut Hill.
Reverend Bran Lennox, Harvard Unitarian Universalist Church.
John Gibbons, Arlington Street Church, Community Minister for Good Trouble.
Reverend Elizabeth Asenza, the UU Church of Wakefield.
Reverend Elizabeth Buki Saunter, the First Church in Jamaica Plain, Unitarian Universalist.
Reverend Beth Dana, serving at First Unitarian Church of Dallas, Texas.
Reverend Jenna Crawford, serving at the UU Church of Marblehead.
Reverend Allie Jablonski, Tufts Medical Center and Arlington Street Church.
Reverend Joanna Lepkin, Theodore Parker Church in West Roxbury and Arlington Street Church.
I'm Emily Cherry, and I'm serving the Unitarian Universalist Association.
I'm Valentina Rosa from Arlington Street Church.
George Whitehouse, Community Minister.
Thank you, beloveds. You can head down. We'll empty the pulpit for all the excitement that's about to happen up here. Friends, in these difficult days, it is so important to be here together and to hear from our voices from the edge of the edge, lift them up and hold them close. I want to say many, many thanks to my co-conspirator, Reverend Joanna Lubkin, and to Jody Pickle, Reverend Bran Lennox, and to the fabulous Wanda de Galaxy, who will all be sharing with us today. Thank you to the tech team, which makes all of this possible. Thank you to Director of Music, Mark David Buckles, to all our musicians, including our own Reverend Fred Small, whose fabulous new children's book, Everything Possible, will be available for sale and signing in the vestibule as you leave this morning. Thanks to our greeters and ushers, the security team, worship team, bell ringers, our parade marshal, and to Executive Minister Reverend Beth Robbins and the entire Arlington Street staff, to everyone who brought us to this moment. I want to say a huge thanks to Her Majesty, Queen Cheryl, and to the Queen's team who did this to our sanctuary. Yeah. A very special thanks to Joseph Lark Riley for his high wire act. Everything high is thanks to Joseph. And thank you, too, for Queen Cheryl for the fabulous swag and for truly being the Queen of Pride. Welcome, and thank you. All right, and now let's see who else is here today. I'm going to invite the Zoomers and those in the sanctuary with a device handy to please say hello in the chat. Tell us where you're zooming in from. And it looks like Jen Eno is on the camera, and she is going to turn the camera on the incarnate congregation as we wave and smile at each other, as well as waving and smile at our friends in the Zoom room. Zoomers, wave back to us, wave to one another. Hello, dear ones. So great to be with you this morning. Woo, you are beautiful. Great, great, great. Keep it going, keep it going. That's great. And as you're finishing your wave, keep your arm ready. I'm going to invite you to give a wave or raise your Zoom hand if you'd prefer. If you knew someone queer before Stonewall, if you were born after 1969, if you were a Girl Scout or a Boy Scout, hands up. If you learned everything you ever needed to know at summer camp. If you're part of a gender sexuality alliance in your high school or have participated in a day of silence. If you were raised in a conservative Christian household, hands up. Oh my goodness, welcome. Transgenders, bisexuals, or gay men, if you ever got caught as a child crying on clothes or makeup. Anyone who wouldn't have been caught dead in those clothes or makeup. If you've been told you're in the wrong bathroom, if you hated the ending of Secession, if you're a veteran or an active member of the armed services, hands up. Thank you to our Vets for Peace. Thank you, vets. Thank you. If you are a gym teacher or had a crush on one, let me hear if you are so proud of Billy Porter, Ellen DeGeneres, Elliot Page, George Takei, Jacob Youngto, Laverne Cox, Lil Nas X, Lily Tomlin, Monique, Margaret Cho, Rachel Maddow, Randy Rainbow, Rina Sawayama, Robin Roberts, Samira Wiley, Wanda Sykes, and who else? Are we so proud? Woo! Woo, woo, woo. Great. Raise your hands if you're a parent. Yeah. If you refer to yourself as mom or dad when speaking to your dogs or cats. If you are legally married. Yeah. Our fabulous singles, where are you? Give us a wave. Actually, if you'd like to stand up, we'd like to look at you. There you are. Look how adorable you are. There they are. All right. Fabulous. All right. And now, if you would please add up the years that you've been coming out for Pride. And you can stand, wave, get a shout, put your name in the chat. If you have been to all of Boston's Pride Day celebrations since 1971, George Whitehouse, there he is. Great. If you have been to 40 or more Pride Days, you're going to be standing with me. Yes. Hi, honey. 35 or more Pride Days. Will you please stand as you're willing and able? Yes. If you've been to 30 or more Pride Days. Yes, my Jessie. That's my girl. 25 or more. Great. 20 or more. 15 or more. 10 or more. 5 or more. If you have been to 2 or more Pride Days, stand, wave, shout. And friends, if today is your first Pride Day celebration, on your feet as you're willing and able, we want to welcome you home. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. All right. I give you to Daryl Waters.
In Latin America, at rallies and memorials, there is a tradition of calling out the names of the dead and disappeared. After each name is called, the people respond, Presente, meaning present. The Presente is an affirmation of the ways in which we carry forward the purposes and meanings of the lives of our dead. Presente. They are here in spirit within us and with us and among us. We invite you to join now in a Presente for those whom we have loved and lost, invoking their spirits and their blessings. We begin today by honoring the revolutionaries of Stonewall as we call in their spirits to be here with us.
Presente.
Please call out the names of your dead now and let us respond together. Presente. 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 For all these named and unnamed, let us join in a great affirmation of the ways in which we carry forward their light in our lives. And please join me in saying together one final Presente.
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 Color the empty space, kiss in a crowded place, stand in the summer rain, tangled in awkward shapes, a new but familiar taste, you're feeling it all again. It's not wrong to want the world for someone. It's not a feeling you can run from, 'cause we love who we love, so let go. You don't know better than your heart knows, whether to you or long gone. And we love who we love, yeah, we love who we love. Footprints along the sand, whispers of sweet romance, the sound of a wedding band, holding hands in the street, no need to be discreet, finally feeling free. It's not wrong someone. It's not a feeling you can run from, 'cause we love who we love, so let go. You don't know better than your heart knows, whether they're here or long gone. Yeah, we love who we love. Yeah, we love who we love. The universe has pulled us closer. I trust whatever's brought me here to you. You can never lose. If love is what you feel, then it's not wrong to want the world for someone. It's not a feeling you can run from, 'cause we love who we love, so let go. You don't know better than your heart knows, even they're here or long gone, 'cause we love who we love. Yeah, we love who we love. It's not wrong to want the world for someone. It's not a feeling you can run from, 'cause we love who we love, so let go. You don't know better than your heart knows, whether they're here or long gone, 'cause we love who we love. Yeah, we love who we love.
Good morning, friends. When Mark, David, and I were talking about music for this Pride service, we came to the question of whether Pride is a protest or a party. Should our message today be a rallying cry, drawing our attention to the huge wave of anti-trans and homophobic legislation that is sweeping state after state? Because it's bad. The Human Rights Campaign has declared a state of emergency for queer people in the United States for the first time, as more than 75 anti-LGBTQ bills have been signed into law this year alone, and it's just June. That more than doubles last year's number, which was the previously recorded worst on record. Or should Pride be a break from the doom and gloom news, a time to celebrate how far we have come for queer visibility and rights? Because the conservative forces organizing and funding these pieces of legislation wouldn't be doing it if they weren't scared of how powerful we've become. This is a time to dance and don we now our gay apparel and revel in how fabulous we are. So which is it, folks? Is it a protest or a party? Go on, shout it out. Both, yes, thank you. That's what I was listening for. We are unsurprised that the UU minister wants both. It's both. Our theme today is We Are Here, centering voices from the edge, and it is a rallying cry and an act of defiance, because queer joy in and of itself is an act of resistance. Because being unabashedly yourself in a world that is still learning not to fear is cause for celebration. Because despite whatever forces out there try to push queer folks back to the margins, we boldly proclaim, we are here, and we are divine and fabulous. So when they try to silence our trans and non-binary siblings, we are passing the mic and amplifying their stories and offering the tallest, sparkliest pulpit around. When they try to ban drag shows, we're turning our sanctuary into a dance floor. Yes, we are. When they try to take queer affirming content out of schools, we are singing a lullaby that says, some women love women, some men love men, some leave every label behind. And when our queer and trans siblings are under attack, let's proclaim, we're here with you. Let's proclaim we're here in solidarity, and we're here to push back against a legislative agenda that threatens access to gender-affirming care. We're here in support, showing up at drag story hours as joyous counter-protesters, surrounding the hate of neo-Nazi groups with love. And if you want to get in on that action, reach out to Surge, showing up for racial justice. We're here with our resources and our dollars, donating generously to organizations like the Trans Resistance Network, which helps people get access to care or move across state lines. We're here with our own hearts and open arms, wide open, grateful to hear and witness and celebrate each other. We're about to hear reflections in word, in song, and performance from some absolutely fabulous people. May we hear them with open hearts. May they inspire us to take courageous actions to protect those in danger. And may we celebrate the fact that we are here together now in this glorious rainbow of people. Amen?
I was married with a 2-year-old son when I came out to myself. For the next 30 years, I repressed this part of me through work and family responsibilities. For the first half of my life, I hid from myself. From the second half, I hid from others. My name is Jody Pickle. I teach science and math at Concord Academy, a high school outside of Boston. I was assigned male at birth, but when I reached an age where mortality became part of my consciousness, I realized I did not want to die as a man. 3 significant parts of my life. Sorry, I've never felt so much love in a room. I need to. 3 significant parts of my life kept me going until my transition. As a scientist, I would go deep into my thoughts and ideas. My mind has no physical body, nothing to remind me of my gender. I feel entirely free when thinking deeply. Teaching also is genderless for me. All I see is the vulnerability of each person's soul as they strive to learn. I try to find ways to reach each individual so they grow from hope to expectation. I feel like a scientist on steroids, making hundreds of observations and running dozens of experiments each class. And then there are sports. Yes, I know that sports involve the body, but I was a golden retriever in a past life. I love chasing things in a pack. If it involved a team or chasing something flying through the air, I lost myself. I lost myself in the camaraderie of the pack and the exhilaration of moving. Now that my knees have given out, I'm coaching to keep my inner golden happy. Even though I use productive ways to keep going emotionally, I found that when I repressed an essential part of me, I repressed all of me. Transitioning is so much more challenging than I anticipated. This is my second puberty, and no one in this room enjoyed their first. I anticipated working to undo the effects of the first, but I didn't realize that I must mourn every aspect of being male to let it go emotionally. I have lived every aspect of my public life as a male for over 6 decades. My past does not disappear for the people involved in my life or for me. When I started changing my wardrobe, I removed my male clothes from the closet. They lay on the couch for 3 weeks when I realized I needed to let go of the memories stored in the clothes. I then understood what my family and friends were going through. Transitioning is a time-intensive, many-layered process for everyone involved, not just me. When I started my transition, I thought I would focus on the present, but every aspect of my life is changing, including how I process, mourn, and accept my past. When I started medical treatments, I went from hope to expectation. I always hoped my body would change. I didn't care how, as long as it did. But with the first medical treatments, I expected my body to change. With this new mindset, I instantly felt my spirit begin to heal and to become whole for the first time. But it's hard. It's especially hard to change my voice. Testosterone thickened my vocal cords and lowered the pitch. Now I can only make a higher pitched voice through training. During this school year, I struggled to find the mental space and time to develop a voice that fits me, yet doesn't out me instantly. I also hate Mondays. Every Monday evening for the past 2 years, I have 2 hours of electrolysis, which involves 3 distinct aspects of pain. First, a thin wire is threaded into the hair follicle to the root. Then an electric pulse heats the root to weaken and possibly kill the hair. And finally, the hair is plucked. But the worst part is letting my beard grow for 3 days, so when it's long enough to be plucked after zapping. As my body changes, every reminder of what I'm changing from has become unexpectedly and dramatically more painful. In July, I had surgery on my skull, face, and neck to remove male features. The intense healing from grinding my skull creates lymphatic fluids that drain and pool in the horizontal catchment areas of my eyebrows, neck, lips, and chin. It's been 11 months, and according to my surgeon, I have 30% of the swelling left to subside before I know what I'll look like. The surgery lasted roughly 14 hours. And the first 60 hours of my recovery were terrifying since the pain surrounded my brain. My usually safe space could not function how I expected it to and how I needed it to. But my biggest challenge is becoming comfortable with myself in most social situations. When I came out to the whole school on July 4th, yes, Independence Day, I could not pass. During a recent school trip to Georgia, I realized I didn't pass as a Southern woman, but I am not transitioning to other standards. I am transitioning toward my vision and no one else's. Last year, one of my students talked about how lonely it was to participate on a team where he wasn't out. I gladly undertake these challenges to stop the crushing pain of loneliness in which no one knew who I was. No one transitions for the fun of it, but it allows for me to step into the light and live fully. I am doing it out loud because life is like playing sports. I want to get into the game. During my year of private transitioning, practice produced limited changes. Game experience with its fast-paced successes and failures is critical for growth. Without interacting with people as a woman, I wouldn't have realized how I automatically code switch when talking to males. I have at least 3 more years before I make the varsity team. I am transitioning to female, so my story is binary, but I know we can travel in so many other paths. My goal is to be identified as female by my family, friends, colleagues, and students, but I will always be part of the queer community. To those who are non-binary and genderqueer, please share your stories to help us grow. To those of you living out and proud, thank you for giving me the strength to transition. We need to remain a strong community for each other, including those who are just beginning to accept who they are. I am Jody Carol Pickle. I use she, her pronouns. And this was a talk I always hoped I could give. Thank you.
We have cleared off the table, the leftovers saved, washed the dishes and put them away. I have told your story and tucked you in tight at the end of your knockabout day. As the moon sets its sails to carry you to sleep over the midnight sea, I will sing you a song no one sang to me. May it keep you good company. You can be anybody you want to be. You can love whoever you will. You can travel any country. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done. Some children grow up strong and bold, while some are quiet and kind. Some race on ahead, some take it slow, some go in their own way and time. Some women love women, some men love men, some leave every label behind. You can dream all the day, never reaching the end of everything possible you'll find. Don't be rattled by names, by taunts, by games, but seek out spirits true. If you give your friends the best part of yourself, they will give the same back to you. You can be anybody you want to be. You can love whoever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done. The love you leave behind when you're done.
Good morning. I am the Reverend Bran Lennox. I go by gender-neutral pronouns like they, them, and theirs, and I am a proud, queer, transgender, neuroatypical, disabled, Unitarian Universalist minister. While I did not grow up in a culture that accepted these identities or nurtured those of us who bear them, I do have to acknowledge that I wouldn't be able to be here proclaiming myself so boldly without the courage and sacrifice of all the queer clergy and lay leaders who paved the way for me to be here. I think today of the colleagues of many faiths who lost jobs or credentials for transitioning, for their HIV status, for their activism, or for loving someone as their authentic selves. I think of all the leaders who were and are told that they are being divisive for asking their congregations and communities to side against oppression. I think of people of faith who are showing up today to protest and present testimony to protect the rights of LGBTQ+ persons in this country. And for every one of these souls, I am so grateful. When my spouse and I got married in 2018, we decided to get socially married first and then make the legal decision separately. 2 months later, when we did go down to Cambridge City Hall, a large factor in that choice was the desire to be a statistic. Despite a feeling of relative safety here in Massachusetts, the awareness of the novelty of same-sex marriage was keen, and we were adding ourselves to the number of under 20,000 marriages performed in the state between couples with a matching letter F on our IDs. Our moment of joy was a radical act, and our activism was a moment of joy. Although I have been out in some spaces as non-binary for close to a decade, my identity as a transmasculine person has grown and blossomed in more recent years. The inner freedom to embrace this exploration has come from great healing. Healing in my faith, in my ministerial formation, in the deepening of my closest relationships, and in the work of my community. This authenticity of expression had to come from healing, you see, because despite all of my intersecting identities, the one that has the most challenging impact on my transness is my identity as a profoundly traumatized person. Cis-sexist people often suggest that trans people, especially transmasculine people like myself, are the way that we are because we are trying to escape from a traumatic experience. And if we could just get better, we would not experience gender dysphoria anymore. I'm here to say that for me, the opposite of this is true. I performed femininity and fled from my masculinity for years because of my trauma. We live in the reality of a cis-heteropatriarchy, and one of the devastating effects of this reality is the cultural association of men and of maleness with sexual violence. For so many years, I feared men, including the masculine, within my sense of self, and I pushed it down as far as I possibly could. What I have learned since coming out is that masculinity is not wrong, or bad, or the enemy. There is so much beauty in this way of being. I have learned that men, cis and trans alike, are also harmed by the patriarchy. This normative and hierarchical system wounds all of us. I have learned what it feels like to claim power that was not offered to me by society. I have learned that rather than the hormone of violence, testosterone can be the bringer of a profound sense of peace. I have learned that rather than making me inadequately masculine, my great deal of experience processing and expressing my feelings can make me a valuable leader in masculine spaces. I have learned that anger can be a powerful emotional teacher about love and a helper in the works of justice. Queerness has always been a redemptive grace in my life. Meeting other gay people as a teenager was the first time I had my heart opened to how beautiful, whole, and worthy human beings could truly be. Every circle of my queer trans community teaches me constantly about what it means to be embraced and to make the world a better place for those who come next. I am grateful for this moment to share a part of my truth with you all. I consider it my calling, today and every day, to show up as a proud and public, queer, trans, traumatized, love-filled, blessed, growing Unitarian Universalist minister. I hold in my heart those who have paved the way before me and will protect with all of my being those people of all ages who find queerness within their own being in the times to come. My joy is an act of resistance, and my activism is an experience of joy. Thank you for being here to celebrate along with me.
My bathroom is a private kind of place, very special kind of place, the only place where I can stay, making faces at my face. My bathroom is my very special room, where I primp and fuss and groom, where I can get away from all and really feel in bloom. I'm free.
Wanda de Galaxy. It is almost time to take to the streets. If you are a guest here in Boston today, I hope you'll feel welcome and invited to march with Arlington Street. Our marshal, Barbara Ginhart, will lead us to the staging area on Exeter Street across from the Bank of America. We could gather out front, and the directions from here to there are printed in your order of service. I made my way to Boston from rural Vermont to march in my first Pride Parade in 1980. Someone asked my housemates and me if we would carry a huge banner, and we ended up at the very front. The unobstructed view of the exuberant crowd was a religious experience. And then we rounded the corner from Berkeley Street on to Boylston, and I could hear church bells. They weren't ringing for the hour. They were ringing for us. Although I didn't know it then, it was Reverend George Whitehouse ringing his heart out. Ringing and ringing and ringing. Thank you, George. When we got to this corner, everyone looked up. People around me were openly weeping. And someone said, "Kim, isn't that your church?" And what they meant was, "Isn't that a Unitarian Universalist church?" I was so proud. I couldn't imagine then that someday, 9 years from then and today, I could answer yes. And yes, we should all be so proud. Yeah. Friends, I'm going to ask you to join me now in keeping this all alive for all the people who will round that corner and hear our bells and know that we are calling them home. That the great doors are wide open, the Zoom room is open wider still, and you are so welcome here. We need to raise another $1,750 right now to break even on this service. More will give us some seed money for next year. I'm in, and I'm so grateful if you're in too. Every dollar counts. Please have a look at your order of service for ways to give. Zoomers, there's a tiny URL in the chat. All of us can give via QR code, text, or Venmo at Arlington Street. Let's take out your phone and wave at me, will you? It's so great. I love you. Thank you so, so much. There are also envelopes in the pews for cash, check, credit card donations to Arlington Street. The ushers, our adorable ushers, are going to come through in a moment. Please show them some love. Bless your hearts. Thank you for your generosity.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Oh, 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 oh. Another round of bullets hits my skin. We'll fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors. Yeah, that's what we've become.
That's what we've become.
I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down,
gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Oh, 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 oh. This is me. And I know that I deserve your love. There's nothing I'm not worthy of. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. Marching on, marching on. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Whenever the world wanna cut me down, I'll send the flood to drown them out.
Before our benediction, I invite those of you on Zoom to please reach out your hands, touch the invisible sides of your square. Those of you in the sanctuary, raise your hands, palms out, in whatever gesture works for your body. Let's send out loving kindness to the people to your left and to your right. Send loving kindness to the people in front of you and behind. Send out love and feel it coming back to you. Here is how we move forward. Keep loving, keep fighting, celebrate story, laugh, dance, sing with your friends, with strangers, with every single person who keeps showing up when the world tells them not to.
Resist hatred, resist cynicism. Know that none of this is foolish. Know that it is necessary. Give love and light to those around you and those around the world. Be excellent to each other. Be good. Always, always, always. The weapon we have is love.
Let us keep this faith, beloveds, and pass it on. The service begins when the service ends.
Let's take it to the streets. Bless your hearts. Happy Pride. Amen, amen.
I invite you to rise in body and spirit. I'm coming out. I'm coming out. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it
James on the trumpet.
What you need, do you know I got it? All I'm asking is for a little respect, just a little bit, hey baby, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, take it T-C-V, sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, take it T-C-V. Sock it to me, 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 sock it to me. Yeah, a little respect. Just a little bit, baby. Just a little bit. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my siblings with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my siblings with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing, sing, sing.
Thanks, everybody. Happy Pride.
Please visit ascboston.org for more information about this historic Unitarian Universalist congregation. Arlington Street Church, gathered in love and service for justice and peace.